Hello again, Coach Brian here with Northwest Elite Spirit, and today I'm going to read you Chapter 2 from my book, Habitual Health by Brian James Spears, which you can find on Amazon. As I'm going through this years later, I'm seeing that the proofread didn't go as well as I expected, and so I'll be going back into the publisher and fixing some things. But this is what I wrote, and so this is what I'm going to share with you today. I've already shared a video on Chapter 1, which is to begin, and Chapter 2 is on foundation. So Chapter 2, foundation. Build insight, build knowledge, build willpower. Build insight. Insight will not come in the same way for the same reasons to two different people. We must go within ourselves. You do not have to do things you don't like. Begin finding activities, physical and mental, that you can enjoy. This is one place you can go deep and examine a root motivation or demotivation. Have you always said, "I hate running"? Is this really true, or is it something you started saying long ago for reasons you can't remember and now you're stuck? For example, I saw this in myself when eating bananas. For years, I believed eating bananas would make me throw up. And they even did make me kind of nauseous when I bite into them. One day I was wondering if this were true. I began examining my memory, and I have an unclear memory. The memory was unclear at the time of writing this book, but now it's a very clear memory of me arguing with my aunt as a child. I was refusing to eat a banana that morning because it was truly making me sick due to an upset stomach. I wondered if this had linked in my mind sickness and bananas, so I stubbornly assumed for the rest of my life I would be sick if I ate one. From then on, I tried a banana and now I love bananas. It may also turn out that through attention you find some foods actually disagree with you more than you knew. Writing down what you ate and how you felt may help you find patterns you were unaware of. I find that the mind and body are very good at what they do, and with attention, writing it down may not even be necessary. Just do not ignore the signs. Don't be afraid to try different things, even things you loved as a child but abandoned as childish. Playing will keep your mind and body fresh and will raise your chances of finding something you love or rediscovering something you love. As a child, you were likely more inclined to explore exactly the things that drew you by personal instinct. If you're an extrovert, connect or reconnect with people that are out doing things you're interested in. These people have either already ran into the natural obstacles involved in these endeavors, or they will also be beginning and be another perspective towards figuring it out. Tools are easier gained when everyone is focused on the same results. Be sure to maintain the freedom of your own creativity and do not become subverted by the group or a set strict of ideas. Stay open and you will gain and maintain momentum more readily. If you're an introvert, figure it out on your own. Introverts have the privilege of less distractions. Introverts can also do well with meeting another introvert who would love to share their knowledge or passion with at least one other person. Going out and learning cool things from other introverts or doing cool things with other introverts may also build tools towards dealing with others when the need arises. Dealing with introverts forces you to look deeper and pay closer attention, and this will translate well into group settings. Begin paying close attention to the feelings you get from people, places, and things, and you can be very excited about your day and end up spending time with people who complain, cut you down, and manipulate your energy. This can bring your energy down or distract you from your intention at the time. You may find yourself in a place where the light, music, conversation, or atmosphere brings your energy down or distracts you from your intention at the time. You may have a thing in your life or a place you spend a great deal of time that brings your energy down or distracts you that you could rid yourself of. Build knowledge. If you've been paying attention to yourself, others, and your surroundings, you will notice that the practice cannot help but build personal and interpersonal knowledge. Meeting with people interested in your chosen activities cannot help but build knowledge towards that activity and working with others towards your intent. Combine the two and you begin to pick up situational cues realized in real time and avoid physical and mental confusion, allowing you to apply and adapt prior knowledge to real-time situations more readily. Having begun, you likely have built up some physical and mental reps. You've noticed how the mental and physical actions needed are becoming easier. The cool thing is, it only gets better. The catch here is that to gain knowledge, we have to dispose of the belief that we already know. Curiosity about ourselves, others, and situations must be maintained. Do not automatically take experts' words for things. The only way to know for sure is to lay your own hands on the thing. This is how we become sold on fads and convinced we couldn't possibly know what is good for us. I find that many experts are expert at selling you something, be it an idea or a product. Test things out. If it works towards your intent, keep it. If it doesn't work, abandon it. Notice if you were sold on how well it worked before or after you began trying it. I encourage this practice even for this book. This isn't to say experts hold no value. A true expert has likely forgotten more than you've learned towards a particular endeavor if you're just starting out. And remember, an expert at one thing will not be an expert at everything. Do not get caught up. Keep in mind, a person may be considered an expert and also be considered unethical. Be aware that many, not all experts are introverts and may have anxiety or habits that are not in accordance with what could be considered social grace. Get to know them anyway. Tolerate their nuances. You'll gain empathy and knowledge more readily this way. The techniques you develop dealing with eccentric introverts can be applied to dealing with others and can only lend to the idea that your own eccentricities and interests are okay. Become a student of yourself, others, and real-time situations, and you'll become an expert on your very own life. This is where value lies. Write things down if you have to, but the good stuff, once seen, cannot be unseen. Writing it down is almost ignoring it, in my opinion. This opinion comes after writing down a whole lot. Avoid information overload. Too much information can freeze you up and render you ineffective. Get in the practice of laying hands on whatever it is you are curious about in creative ways. Laying hands on a thing is where the value lies. Listen to Spanish music while learning Spanish. Learning geometries, play I Spy with geometric shapes, angles, and lines in real time. Practice relationships by interacting with people you meet. Become interested in their interests in the moment. Build willpower. Get in the habit of finishing small things you start every day. For example, I'm reading this book and I'm seeing all the errors in it, but I started this video and so I'm going to finish it as a way to continue building my willpower. Get in the habit of finishing small things you start every day. Wash your dish each time you use it. This is very easy to do and very easy to forget to do. Make your bed when you wake up. It sets up a precedent for getting things done. Drink an entire glass of water. If you started a conversation and you find yourself checking out, use that as a cue to check back in. I like to imagine I have big adjustable ears. When I find myself checking out, I imagine pointing my big adjustable ears at the top person who's talking. I don't get frustrated about losing focus. I just use the loss of focus as a cue to focus. This also builds willpower towards not getting easily frustrated with myself. Begin setting dates. Eliminate the word ish from your mental diet. Ish is a word with no substance. In my opinion, it's a word that allows slop. Don't use the word ish and do not allow it to infect your intent. Ish is a bullying word that allows people to hold your time hostage. It is a lackluster word that can only bring about lackluster results. Find things you find beautiful or interesting. Examine them as intensely as you can manage for 5 minutes. Engage them deeply. Examine the filled spaces and the empty spaces. When you get good at 5 minutes, bump it up to 10 minutes. When you get good at examining beautiful and or interesting things, Examine ugly and or uninteresting things. You may find yourself finding more things beautiful and or interesting than ever before. I like to work construction. Often in construction, when working with others, I find myself having to hold something not heavy or not too heavy while in an awkward position. At first, it may be very comfortable. I tell myself, I will hold this forever if needed, and my comfort level, at first it may be very uncomfortable. I tell myself I will hold this forever if needed, and my comfort level instantly increases. The object may slip out of place momentarily or even fall completely. I do not get frustrated. I use the mishap as a cue to tell myself I will hold this forever if needed. This cuts down on job stress and has helped me learn various ways to hold a position while remaining comfortable. Meditation is a practice that can build great willpower. You can focus on no mind or single mind. I have a teacher who would say, imagine how powerful single mind could be if you can achieve no mind. No mind can be hard to maintain, but easy to find. You can witness it when you drive home and not remember the trip because the route is so ingrained, or when your mind goes blank when startled. It can be witnessed in the gap between thoughts. No mind can be practiced by waiting for the gap between thoughts, relaxing into it, and not getting too excited when you realize it. In no mind, stay calm and aware. Single mind may be easier and can be applied to anything. When you are washing your dish, be totally focused on the task. The water temperature, the way the water feels, the way the dish rag feels, the scent of the leftover food, the way the dish feels, all the sensations involved in washing a dish, or all the sensations washing a dish entails. Hold a phrase, image, or word in your mind for 5 minutes at a time. When you get good at 5 minutes, bump it up to 10. Hang out with people who promote willpower toward your intentions and not those who chip away at it. Or at least, if you must hang out with people who chip away at your willpower, make your intentions and boundaries clear. People not down for your crew will fall off quickly when you are upfront with them. Of course, it will be easier if you have become clear with yourself about your intentions and your boundaries. All right, that's that. Looks like chapter 3 is a bunch of exercises that I will share, and that video will also be coming through. Chapter 4 is mental diet. So again, Coach Brian here with Habitual Health by Brian James Spears, which you can find on Amazon. Seems to be a lot of errors in here, which we will have to go back and fix, and that's fine. If you found any information that I shared with you today helpful, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Share this information with your friends if you think it might help them, and comment below what you think about the practice. Thank you.